What up, fish people? Kenny E with Danikin Aquatics, and welcome to Friday Night Lights. Only, as you can see, the co host over here, Mr. Ed, is not feeling well. He woke up and feeling dizzy and whatnot. I told him to take the night off. And Skipper, he's been busy with his job. So tonight we're going to fly solo. And because those boys didn't show up, we're going to make it all about fish tonight. Oh, here's Ed. He's supposed to be taking the night off, but here he is. I told you to take the night off, man.
That's not gonna happen. I've been I went to start feeding those fish after Lefty stream and I started swaying more and more, so I just stopped.
you should
They
have
just
you
don't
should
need
have
to
just
eat
taken the
today.
night off, but I mean, this is YouTube. You're being around 100% means more than
Well,
YouTube. So
when I sit, I don't have it.
really, but
Yeah, I
after it,
don't have swaying. It's when I walk around I get
I think it's
dizzy.
I think what you got, Ed. I already figured out. Dr. Edwards thinks you've got playoff jitters, is what you've got. But at least this week
Probably
you're
I
guaranteed
think I'm
you're guaranteed a game next week already. Your team already did the work. You're kicking back,
I
chilling. You have no worries this week.
I'm going into withdrawal not having a game to watch this week. But I'll just pretend like I'm sitting right here.
Yeah. And I'm going to be sitting
Drinking
on
an
the other
Arrowhead.
side, and there's going to be purple on one side, red on the other for the Super Bowl. And my Vikes are
You
going to
know,
get revenge.
the best game I ever went to, well, no, not really. It wasn't the best, but one of the most fun games I ever went to was I got the top 4 seats in the very top corner because each corner kind of spikes up and has 4 seats. And I was in high school, and my buddies and we got those 4 seats. And my buddy Jason Stanley was walking up the stairs, and he had a big old giant pop and nachos, and he was wearing his brand new San Jose Sharks jersey,
Oh,
hockey
my God.
jersey, and he fell forward and just put it all over his hockey jersey.
Oh, my
And
God.
this old lady right there says, "You okay, son?" I was so mad.
Oh, so added to the humiliation.
But we're playing San Diego, so he's
Oh, God.
wearing a California hockey team. Oh well.
Mm. Well, I'm going to stay to hellos real quick. First down in the night was Fish on Tactics, followed right after that by B Wizzle. What's going on, Wiz? Then we have Craig's Catfish Caves. We got Steve O Aquatics in the house. What's up, Steve O? Then Miss Dee Dee's in the house. We got Sky Dancer, Daniel Velez, TJ Autocross, Chew, Dennis Christensen. There's our boy Jason, Depths Unknown, or MacGyver, I like to call Mr. Fix It Everything. Tampa Tom. Hope you're doing good, bro. Good to see you. What's going on, Brennan, with Misfits? Good to see you. Miss Carol Cox in the house. Always a pleasure to see you, Carol. We got Ricky De La Hoyas in the house. What's up, dude? Oh, that got the dogs going, Ricky. You got my dogs going now. Janice Lundberg, good to see you. Peplin Creek Aquatics in the house. He declined to play our game with us, Ed, because now you have to give this guy credit. He's a true football fanatic. Normally, their poker night is Saturday night. Because the playoffs have started, Peplin said poker night, if you want to play, is Friday nights. he, he booted him to
Well, that's pretty
Friday
cool.
nights. So that's why he wouldn't join us. Chew, what's going on, man?
What is
Let's
this cat
see.
doing?
Man, they're
I
all
didn't
coming in.
realize we were live that whole time.
Yeah, we've been live, bro. Amateur
Well, sorry for
aquatics
telling a
addiction.
stupid story.
Actually, Ed, I think people love that story. I know I did. So,
I'm glad I didn't cuss or something.
well, you normally don't cuss. That's why. Paul McCarthy, what's going
I
on?
know, but it would have been really bad if that was the one time I did.
You respect your mother, and your mother, you're within where your mother might hear you. So,
I doubt it.
you never know. She might hear you. Amateur Aquatic Addiction, good to see you. So yeah, I'm ready. It's been a great week for football. I mean, last week, not that I'm a mega fan of Seattle or whatever, but I am being respectful and getting close to their colors tonight because why? They knocked two of my division foes out of the playoffs in one fatal night. I
Wow,
loved
that's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, and then Detroit polished off Green Bay, so I
Yeah.
don't have to worry about any of our division folk this year. In particular,
So
the boys in green.
you're a guy that just hates his division so much he wants them out of the playoffs.
Absolutely. If we're in it, I don't care if we're not. Then I kind of root that one of our teams wins. But if I'm still in it, no, I don't want to. You're going to tell me, Ed, you want to see Aaron Rodgers in playoff situation with a up and coming receiver in Watson that kid's been lighting it up for the last 8 weeks? I wouldn't want to
And
meet them.
probably next year we probably will see Rodgers
We will, of
in my
course we will.
division for the Raiders.
Nah, I don't think he's going, dude.
You think
I
he'll
don't.
stay in Tennessee or in Green Bay?
He's either going to retire, and I mean, he's already got a 15-year contract. Who was that with? It's the minute he's retired from football, he's already got another full-time job.
Oh
Jeopardy,
wow, I don't know.
freaking Jeopardy.
Oh, they did offer him a job?
Yeah, they wanted him to host Jeopardy at one point or something.
Wow, I thought he was just trying out for it and didn't get it. I didn't know he
No.
actually got it.
From what I understand, as soon as he's retired, he's got the job.
Well, that's cool. I never liked Alex Trebek. I know you're not supposed to talk ill of the dead, but he was a Canadian. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing Canadians.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I just didn't like how he was always so smug and arrogant to all the contestants. Like,
Peplin, I can't agree with that, man. I'm sorry. I can't agree with that. Rodgers, I guarantee you, is better than 80% of the league. If you're in the top 20% of the league, you're not washed up. He's had a banged up offensive line. He's been running for his life the entire year. He was trying to teach young receivers how to become NFL receivers.
he didn't want to either. I mean, they really shaft him. He's at the end of his career, and what do? They constantly get rid of all of his best receivers.
Every year they do it almost to him.
I don't
And
understand it.
Devontae was like a 3-year togetherness, learning each other. I mean, I don't get it either. But
Yep.
now, if you could hear the women behind me, Miss Shanna from 503 Aquatics is over tonight, and her and Danny are making pleco caves.
Oh wow. With the Kelm?
Well, tonight's just rolling the clay, and then they're putting them on the whatever you're into that stuff. I'm not. The shaft.
Probably a wood spindle thing. Yeah.
No, dude. Danny uses and the reason she does it because the kiln they're going in is super hot, but she uses like old wrapping paper. The cardboard in the middle.
Oh, she leaves it in.
Yeah, she leaves that in along with whatever else is. There's some other material. But anyway, by the time she's done baking it, it's burnt out. It's gone.
Yep.
So
I totally understand that. Well, that's cool. Tell him hi for me.
Ed says hello.
Oh, they were silent.
Oh,
They're like,
they
yeah,
said,
we don't care.
we want Crap Dead down here with us.
I would love to be making pleco caves. That'd be fun.
Well, they're live on that whatever feed they all do together when they're getting together for that stuff. I can't remember what feed it was, but
That's cool. Well,
what game are you most excited for this weekend?
I wish I forgot to bring my phone in to see what games there are. Can you tell me the matchups?
Okay, tomorrow we have
Buffalo, Miami. I'd like to watch.
I'm trying to remember who the game is now. Now I'm drawing a blank. Well, we'll just talk about who it is. So Number 2 seed, Buffalo Bills, and they will be going against the number 7 seed. Who was the 7 seed, Ed?
Well, the Bills are taking on Miami.
Okay, that's the 7 seed. So Bills and Miami.
And I hope Miami wins.
I want to see Buffalo win that one. Because I already told you my dream for you, Ed. I'm trying to make this happen for you. See, I called Ed last night. I said, here's the ultimate for you guys. What if they pick Tennessee as the neutral spot? Then Ed could possibly, with his dad, go see an AFC championship game.
All I've been hearing all season long is how the Chiefs weren't going to make the playoffs. They're all done without Tyreek Hill. They've got no receivers. They're going to be terrible. All the NFC West or the AFC West is all gotten so much better. And the Chiefs only have the best offense in the league. And they won their division. I want us to destroy Tyreek Hill.
Now, Ed, let me ask you this.
And Tyreek Hill's been running his mouth all year long on how much better he is in Miami and luckier that he's with Miami than he was with Kansas City. He was a late round draft pick brought into the league only to return kicks. And our coach made him into a super receiver. He was a running back in college. He wasn't even a receiver in college. A running back returner.
But will you be able to handle if they beat Buffalo, which would be a statement to go up into Buffalo and beat Buffalo?
Yeah, they're not going to do it, though, because all their quarterbacks are hurt.
But let's say they did. Then their very next, should you guys get, if they do it, I mean, the first people they're going to see is you.
More than likely, unless Cincinnati loses to Baltimore, which could really happen too.
Miami's the 7th seed. They're the 7th seed. No matter how you break it up, you would see Miami next.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love it.
That would be interesting. Love it. And what would you do? I mean, if Tyreek Hill went for like 240 yards and like 4 touchdowns that day.
I'd go out and buy a hamburger. And they will try to force feed him, but they've been force feeding him all year long,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, our defense, the Chiefs have also, this is a rebuilding year for the Chiefs.
Right.
And we've got the second youngest team in the league, which is also amazing. And we have 6 rookies on defense. We've replaced all of our old secondary with new secondary that's faster and bigger. I mean, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Now it's so weird. The Chiefs have always got a consistent weakness on defense, and it's always like as soon as they make one spot stronger, then Frank Clark stinks now. He's just he's been bad, but he's beyond bad. There's no way they're bringing him back next year. He's going to cost $20 million against the cap if they keep him, and he's got 3 sacks on the year. I mean, terrible, and that's a glaring weakness for the defense is our defensive ends. So
let me. The next game on the docket is Baltimore at Cincinnati.
Yes, that'll be a fun game to watch too, because those two teams hate each other. That's like Green Bay versus the Vikings, So that'll be a really good game to watch.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be
I really hate Baltimore, so I'll probably be rooting for Cincinnati.
I think it's gonna be a lot tighter game than people think it will be. So,
it could go either way. That would be the game I wouldn't want to gamble or bet on this week.
No, I personally think it's going to be a high scoring game. I really do. I think we'll see. But I
Yeah.
too agree with you.
I think
So
Cincinnati
far,
will win.
I'm Buffalo and I'm Cincinnati this week is who I'm voting for. So
Well,
that's
okay, if
it.
we're making picks, I would go the same. I don't think Miami has a chance. I
Not
mean,
with
I
Teddy.
saw the
If
the
Teddy even
network.
plays, they're saying they're going to play the third string, perhaps.
Yeah, they said if Tabunga or whatever doesn't play, they only have a 20% chance of winning. I'm like, they didn't have a 20% chance of winning with their starting quarterback.
Right.
So they probably have like a 5% chance, 10% with Teddy and a 5% with
Now,
whoever the third stringer
the
is.
next game, I think, will be the AFC game of the week. I think San Diego at Jacksonville, the stage is set for some fireworks. If you recall, Jacksonville beat the tar out of them the first meeting. They beat them by like 2 touchdowns. So I think San Diego's been sitting. Now, this is the first time that San Diego is going to have. They had them like one other time in the regular season where they're going to have Williams and Allen on the field at the same time, along with Eckler. So I don't know, man. I think
Well,
San
that's a
Diego.
game I think that sounds boring.
I think that's going to be another like 35-28 type game. But I will take San Diego on that game.
I would take San Diego, but I don't know. I It's probably going to be boring
I don't
to
know, man.
me.
We'll see.
I don't know.
We will
Yeah, we'll
see.
see. So far it looks like all the good teams in the AFC are going to win. Okay, let's do the NFC.
So number 2 seed, San Francisco 49ers will be hosting the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, wow. I think the 49ers will probably win.
That one, I think Gino's got something to prove. And I also know how hard it is to win a division team 3 games in the same year. So I'm going to take Seattle in that game in a close one, like 20-17 type game. And I think Seattle's going to win.
I'm going to go with the 49ers, and I think that Gino has been amazing this year, and I don't think he has anything to prove. I think everybody knows he sucks.
You're such a jerk, man.
He is. I can't believe how good he's
Oh
done,
my god!
and I think we'll
Oh.
see him collapse. But fortunately, we'll probably see Pudding collapse too.
Yeah,
So it'll probably
he's
be
a
an
rookie
awesome defensive
quarterback
game.
in one of the biggest stages in the NFL. I mean, I wish the kid well, but I don't like the odds of a rookie quarterback. Seattle's defense is still pretty decent, especially in the secondary. Big game. And you got to beat the same divisional team 3 games in 1 year. I'm going Seattle all the way on this one. So
we finally got our first matchup against each other. I think Christian McCaffrey will play well and they'll win the game. Oh, is he hurt again?
Yes.
Or hurt for them?
He's been
I
limited.
didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Hopefully he's back to his old ways.
All right. We got my number 3 seed of the NFC, Minnesota Vikings, hosting the New York Giants.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And we beat
I
the
think
Giants.
Saquon is probably going to get 258 yards.
We're not known for our run defense this year.
I know. But
the other thing that's scary about this game is we just greasy won against them the last time. This year, it's only been like 5 weeks. It's still salt. So those Giants are going to be pretty salty.
Well, do the Giants, do they have their quarterback back?
Jones is back, yes. What's going on, Surf City? Lefty,
that's
there's
good.
little Lefty. What's up, buddy?
You should have asked Lefty who he thinks is going to win all these games.
Lefty's too cool for you and me, Ed. We've invited him up how many times?
19.
Way too many. He's too cool for you and me.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So I'm taking my Vikings, of course.
He got a butt ton of cool fish, and we'll talk about that after we're done talking here.
Yeah. Lefty did?
Yeah. Oh, wow. He's got a whole bunch of beautiful fish from your town. He got them from the wet spot.
Oh, nice.
Really rare stuff. And on his stream today, his mic shut out, and I had to guess what the fish were. And these are fish that I don't normally ever see in my life. So he said I did okay.
Yeah, we got some cool fish this week too. I pick them up Saturday. We got L236 super whites. We got 15 of those, and we got 5 L46 true zebra.
Do you want to see the fish that I got?
Yeah. We're still a fish stream,
Okay.
man. We're talking football, but fish do take priority on our streams.
Well, you know what? Wait, let's look at we'll look at fishy fish when we're done.
There is Fantastic Freaks. What's going on, Austin?
Mr. Fantastic.
Oh no. I forgot I got Danny's phone tonight because they got my phone down there. So I can't even. They're down there doing something. They got like 2 or 3 other ladies. They're all like on like this chat thing and crafted or something. But thank you so much, Austin, for the $3 super chat. Yeah, I'm screwed, man.
I should have been in that group.
Five
ladies.
Well, you got, I think Maria's in there, Patty's in there, Danny, Shanna, then Jason with Depths is probably in there. By now, Steph's off work. I don't know if she's in there yet or not, but
oh well.
But they're just gabbing down there like a bunch of hens, man.
Yeah. All those girls.
What's up, Travis? Good to see you, man.
So, okay, let's finish up the last game here.
So the last game, let's see.
Oh, we're saying the Vikings are going to win now.
I am, yeah. Are you?
Yeah, I will too. Yeah, I don't think New York's all that. I think they're just a cut above average.
Right. Then the last game we're going to talk about is Mr. Super Bowl himself, Tom Brady, and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going to root maybe for one of the first times for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh my God, you heard it here first.
Yes, I've made a rule in my life. The team I hate the most of all time is New England. Because they cheat. I mean, if you're from New England, I'm sorry, but your team sucks because they cheat. They don't win because they're legit. They've cheated many times and been caught, but because the owner is best friends with the dirty commissioner, nothing ever happens. Dirtiest team in the league, and he is the rat bastard brain of, or not brain, but arm of the cheating quarterback or coach. So I hate Brady. He's not the GOAT of all time because he should have asterisks as long as they're putting asterisks next to baseball players that they thought cheated, they need to put it by him because he's been caught cheating multiple times. I hope that he goes out there and I hope we see some real live bones popping out of his skin.
Well, I personally, guys, whether like it or not, I ain't betting against Brady. Playoff time, he's got home field. No, I'm taking Tampa Bay, man.
All right, so that's the bet. That's going to be the big game for next week or this week.
Yeah, that's a huge game, man. Well, we
Yeah.
didn't agree on one other two. You're taking San Francisco, and I'm taking Seattle. So we both voted for one team, away team to win. You took Dallas, and I took Seattle this week.
Yep. And I don't love Dallas.
I know you don't.
But I hate Brady. So I will root for whoever it takes to get rid of Brady's face from the playoffs.
Well, if those two things happen, that would shake the playoff scenario up pretty good at that point.
Which, if I win or you win?
If both of us win our away game, if Seattle and Dallas were both to win this, I mean, that would shake everything up.
Okay. Now, here's a question for you. I know you love your rivalry with Chicago, Detroit, and Green Bay because it's like 6 easy wins for your team every year.
Yeah,
But
right.
yeah, well, it seems like that for my team for the AFC West.
Unless you're
But
playing the Raiders.
I don't know. It used to be Denver that had our number, but we beat them 7 or 15 games straight now. So I don't know. My conference has just kind of been like a free win for the Chiefs, which is
Well,
nice. But I really think they should shake it up. I
yeah.
don't think that. I think they should have. There's 17 games in a season. There's 16 games, like teams in each division. So what you can do is have everybody play everybody in your division once from top to bottom. So everybody in the AFC would play each other once. And then you could play the top 2 teams like from the NFC. Or push it and say you don't get to play, like, if you split the AFC into 2 divisions, you could put your big rivalry 3 games in there still and not play the
Okay, so
NFC at
now we got
all.
our buddy,
But
even though I can't drop the link for him, is saying, Austin is saying that he is. Oh man, it's bounced on me.
I
Hold on,
could
Ed.
send the link to him. Do you want me to send a link to him?
Yeah, send a link to Austin, and he can come up here.
Okay, hang on.
I've got my wife's phone, or I would do it for him.
I have to figure out without. Earlier today, I was talking to Lefty and I completely messed up everything. Okay, I'm going to hit. Well, that's weird. There's no like share. Well, let's see if I can make it blue. Share.
That would be a cool Super Bowl, Surf City, if it was
Facebook.
Vikings against Buffalo. We were talking about that the other night, Ed.
Why would that? Oh, wait, I'm sharing it with everybody on YouTube. I don't want to, or Facebook. Let me not do this. Oh.
Oh my goodness. Ed, you're priceless.
Well, I've got like a new form of Facebook with my new telephone or with my new computer. So it's like it sets up different.
Danny, Lefty said he sent you a gift.
Forward.
I think they're talking Pokemon.
And then let's hit Austin.
So if you are on Facebook and you were on
Wait,
when that
is Austin's name Austin?
No, it's
on Facebook. What's his name on Facebook?
I can't remember, and I don't have my phone. Austin, I think, is he Fantastic Freaks on there too? I know his name's Austin, but I can't remember his last name.
I'll just copy it, and now I'm going to go to all my friends on Facebook, and I'm just going to keep going down till I see his picture or something. There was Jimmy P. There. Oh, he is Austin. I don't know why.
So I do know if we don't get him, he said his pick is the Vikings, 49ers, and Cowboys. And then he likes Bengals, Bills, Chargers. So him and I agree. So he's against me on 2, 3. No, he's on 2. Because if I picked Bills, Bengals, Chargers, we're on the AFC we're agreeing, and on the NFC we're disagreeing on 2 games. So
Okay, this is my newest fish in the fish room. He's only in a temporary house right now until his big tank is ready.
what'd you get? Oh, a big old goldfish, huh?
Yeah.
That's what they call it. What kind is that, Ed?
I mean, look at how big he is.
Look at he's
This
just a
is
little
one of
chunk.
Rack's show fish that he put in, like he got down in that big show
Do you
down
know
in
what
Florida.
kind that's called?
A fantail.
Fantail. Okay.
No, I don't know if it's called a Miranda.
I don't know goldfish for.
It it is always hungry.
Well, if you always,
I
always,
mean,
always feed him, he's gonna get ginormous.
I know, so I don't know. I used to have goldfish back in the day. I raised them as a kid.
Danny and I have kept
Okay,
the black mora,
here it comes.
the little black bubble eye look at things. We like those.
Eat, eat.
Oh my god, Ed, he looks like he's
But
going to
this is
explode.
that's fishy fish. So once we get him into a big tank, I'm gonna
Okay,
put him
everybody in
in
the
his zone
chat is saying
55.
Oranda.
Oranda. Okay. Well, my dad really wanted him upstairs in his part of the living space, and mom said, nope, only one fish tank.
Oh no!
Yeah. So,
So your
because we
dad
were
coming
gonna
down
set
and
him
visiting
up.
him every day?
Oh, I don't know. Okay. But that's fishy fish. And I'll buy a couple of more fancy little ones to put in with him
Keep him
once I get the
company.
big tank.
How
And
big
I
a tank
bought
you going with?
tiles, a 55.
Okay. Now I don't know if and this goes for everybody in chat. Danny and I took advantage of the Petco sale for the 50% off. Well, while we're there, they're doing this new program there called Vital Care. So you go in, as long as one of your fish is named, or I'm sure you could think of a name for your fish while you're there. You give them the fish's name and then you get this Vital Care for them. But what it gets for you is 20% off all food, 20% off all new tanks, and all that good stuff, right? So I'm thinking, okay, so they're not going to let me use it tonight, obviously, but whatever. They took it off
They
anyway. If
did.
you're on that program, you get 70% off,
Yeah,
which
and
it's
it's back to
nine
being the
ninety
50.
nine is what it costs you for 1 year, but then they give you the 20% along with.
Oh, I thought it was $9.99 a month.
No, it's a year.
Oh, wow. See, Priscilla was explaining it, and I guess I misunderstood what she was saying.
No,
But
that's a killer deal, man. I mean, we like I said,
it
we
works.
walked out the other night with four 40 gallons for $48 a piece. Brand new.
That's awesome. That's great.
And then you get an instant coupon too. So we were able to take another, whatever that number was, we got $5 additional off. And in Oregon, we don't have sales tax. So that's straight.
Oh, wow. That's all we got.
That's that's all we
Well,
got.
it is. It's sales. We don't have the income tax. But the one thing about the sales tax in Tennessee is it's always 10%. And that's not too bad. But when you buy something on sale, they charge you the the taxes on the original price, not the sales price.
Really?
So when I was buying those dollar per gallon fish tanks, I was still paying like an extra $2.50 extra on my taxes. I was almost paying $5 in taxes on each 10-gallon tank I bought.
That's ridiculous.
But I mean, I know it sounds bad, but when you don't have income tax, it's pretty cool.
That part I would enjoy. I'm surprised not everybody that's like in the NFL and stuff aren't wanting to play in Tennessee then.
Whoa. I know, but the same thing is they have the same deal in Texas and Florida and Kansas, I believe, but Kansas doesn't have a team.
Yeah, but I mean, Florida especially, you could buy a pimp daddy place in Tennessee for what it would cost them in Florida or Texas, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
And Tennessee's,
But we don't have a beach. But
yeah, you
most of
just got
Texas doesn't
beautiful
have a beach
mountains
either.
and you got fishing and you got fish collecting and you
Yeah.
got all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, it really is a nice state. I was actually surprised. Growing up, I literally always would say, "There's no way I'm ever going to move to Tennessee or Arkansas." And then I
I've
moved
been
to
to both
Tennessee.
and I like both states. I would gladly live in either of those states.
Well, you see, Missouri's a rival of those states. You know, and man, I wouldn't consider moving back to Missouri after living here.
I
It's
mean,
been
you
great.
almost could get away. I mean, if you had good heat systems, I mean, does it stay relatively warm in Tennessee compared to most states?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down at the border of Georgia. So, like Rack, where I got this guy, he might get snow during the year and stuff because he's way up at the top near Bristol, but I'm down at the bottom by Georgia. So we don't have snow plows or anything. If it gets below 33 degrees, they just call school off because the kids don't have winter jackets,
Right.
you know, and
Because the kids don't have winter jackets.
it's just weird. Um, I like it though.
I loved it down there. I was going to see if your
We'd love to
parents
have
wanted
you.
to adopt a 55-year-old man.
You and Danny could move into the pool house.
Yeah, there you go. And then we'd work on
Just
you and
bring your one named fish.
one named fish. Well, the one that I gave him was Chaka.
Oh, that's
Chaka the
cool.
Fahaka is registered for Vital Care.
I'd probably give them Baishi. I used to only have one. Now I have two named fish. I have the fishy fish and Baishi, my Baisher.
And then, if you wanted to buy fish there, it's 20% off that as well.
That's awesome.
But I did it
Now
for the tanks. I mean,
their guppies are really heavily salted, I think, at their breeder. At least the ones in this part of the country. So when you get them, put salt in right away and try
I
to
ain't
get
getting
some
guppies
fry
from
out.
there.
Yeah.
I ain't getting guppies from there.
They had some really unique ones there that I bought once that I was working with, trying to make something cool out of them, and it was working. And as soon as the temperature dropped below 76, they died. They wanted to be in 80-degree water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were a difficult
So
guppy
they
to
were
keep
like those
alive.
dang mollies we caught that time. They're like that warm water, huh?
Yeah, they come from Florida, and I think they're just mass produced. They call it Severin's Farms. Is that what it's called?
Is it Seacrest or Seagram?
Seagrams?
Seagram. There you go.
Something.
Seagram. You had it.
I don't know if that's where they get their guppies, but that's where they get a lot of their fish from this part of the country. But they had a really neat, it was almost like a fluorescent orange-tailed guppy. And they're one of the few places that you can actually buy female guppies of the same line. Everywhere else, their guppies are, if you go to a real box store, they normally never have females of the same type of males. But I guess Petco just doesn't care because the fish are so hard to keep alive anyway, or at least the guppies. So you can buy both lines, or the same line of guppy at those places.
Seacrest.
But I
There
don't
you are.
recommend
Thank you,
getting them.
Bentley. Bentley says Seacrest Farms. There we go.
Thanks.
Good to see you, Bentley.
Bentley has the big brain. Well, I sent him the invite.
Sure
Is he there?
excited about. I bet you Bentley's excited about No, I haven't seen him yet.
The Clash?
No,
Oh, I don't
well,
have
the
my.
Clash too, but I bet you he's excited that the Sea Chickens are in the playoffs. Sea Crest with the G. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Seacrest.
Segrest.
He always has
I don't know.
my Chicago accent. I think drives Mr. Bentley nuts, man.
I don't know if there's a Waffle House Bentley in Morganstown.
Well, you have to look up all the good waffle places, and you all have to hit them again.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious if we just went from waffle place to waffle place. You'd think Quakers would make good waffles. They make big cinnamon rolls.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to that. Thursday night there's this bar that does a wing night deal, and we're all going to crash that bar and get a bajillion wings. I think I'll probably just eat a package of crackers for lunch, so I'm really hungry.
so Ed,
But
which
you need to
team?
eat something.
Which team do you want to see next week? What team do you want to play?
Well, I'd like to see Miami because I'd like us to beat up Tyreek Hill because he's a jerk face.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
Oh,
look at who we got, Ed.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Hello. Sorry it took me a while. My fish room is an absolute pit right now.
Oh my gosh, the fish are missing from behind you.
So actually, this is the 510 that we finally got on the stand here tonight.
Oh, nice, man.
Oh, did you cut the thing down or cut the house down?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind cutting the house down sometimes, but I mean.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it. How much space do you got between the ceiling and that tank now then?
Oh, 2 feet.
Oh, got it. Oh, that I'm seeing. Never mind. I just figured out what I'm seeing. For some reason, when I was looking at it, when I first looked at it, I thought that was like your ceiling lights just above it there.
Nope, that's currently just the light fixture. I am going to hang some lights over the tank though later, but after working on this for about 8.5 hours, I'm like, I'm done.
Janice Lundberg coming in with a $20 super chat saying Friday night special.
Wow, look, Janice, it's a picture of her in her wedding dress. For her little avatar.
Playoff talk earlier, I see.
Yep.
Ooh.
So
PMW Aqua's coming in saying Tyreek Hill's a jerk face. He punched his pregnant girlfriend.
Oh.
It may have been just lately.
I don't know.
He was abused I felt sorry for him for a while because he was in a bad situation with his last wife or girlfriend person because she would beat him really bad, and then she broke her son's arm, and it all came out, and he didn't get a suspension or anything. I thought we were going to lose him for a year.
So
it turned out he was the one getting beat up.
Bentley says he's excited they made the playoffs, but he's happy already because they're already winners because Denver gave up a number 5 pick.
Oh, I love that too. I love it too.
Yeah, so they had a crappy year and they can't do anything.
A lot of stuff.
They gave up. Didn't they give up 2 number 1s?
Well, I think so. I think they gave up 2 number 1s and a 3, and Drew Lock, who had better numbers than Wilson did this year. So they would have been better off just keeping Lock. He's a Missouri guy.
I think that they're probably a team that would probably take a swing at Carr. I think if Minnesota's smart, we would take a swing at Carr. Although he kind of is, him and Cousins are kind of the same guy. They're great throughout the year to get into playoffs and they pop a. Oh, I'd love to have Rodgers. Trust me, I would love to see Rodgers in purple.
No, I was pointing at this guy for his location. his the quarterback for the Horned Frogs,
Yes.
Minnesota has said that they would love to get him. The Rams said they want him. Oh gosh, who else? Arizona.
Well, the kid is a feisty dude, man.
I mean, one thing I will say about Max Duggan, and this was even back when he was in high school. I mean, are there better quarterbacks in the game than him? Yes, but that kid is such a warrior. Like he works his backside off every single game. I mean, if you want to see an example, just watch the Big 12 championship game. I mean, that kid just every single play, he's giving his 110% out there every play.
Bentley,
man, Raiders said they wanted him. 4 teams.
So
my father-in-law would like that. My father-in-law is a Raiders fan.
Bentley's saying that the Seahawks did get a number 1 from Denver last year, and they drafted Charles Cross at number 7. So they got a number 7 and a number 5 pick.
Not a bad deal.
I love it.
Especially since Russell Wilson, he did not really. We'll see what he does with the new coach next year. I'm kind of eager to see that because it seemed like at the end of the year their offense maybe found.
Well, the guy that's talking about going up that way is known to be a quarterback whisperer.
Well, I'm hoping
Sean Payton is a good
he's
coach.
reached his pentacle and he's just on a downhill spiral.
You really think Sean Payton will take that though? You don't think he's done for good?
That position, Denver, with I think I could see him for the chat. He's the kind of guy. He don't want a ready-made team. He's the kind of guy who wants to go in there and show that he changed them. So Sean Payton, the way he is, likes a challenge, has an okay quarterback he can start with, halfway decent defense. He drafts a couple or through free agency, gets a couple decent receivers, halfway decent running back. He might have a team there.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. If Peyton comes out of retirement from coaching, it's got to be a team that he won, as you said, just all there. Feels like he can show that, hey, I make the difference here. 2, in order to make that difference, there's got to be some pieces in place there. I mean, Denver has pieces. I mean, look at their defense. Their defense is the reason why they were in a lot of the games that they do. And, I mean, Russell, I still think he's 1 year – one cold year doesn't make a winner or whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, I also say, like, Russell Wilson, I still think can be that dude. And, he still has some pieces on that offense as well. It's like, get the right coach in there, and, yeah, Denver could be a real problem in that division. I still don't think – my old sports editor was a Broncos fan too, and I always said when they traded for Russell Wilson, it's like, wow, Broncos are giving up a lot of time and money just to finish 3rd in their division. But
yeah, they sure did.
They didn't even get that.
Now Mickey M's coming in giving me crap about, yes, guys, I did do a series of shorts Wednesday night. I had a blast doing it. I was just feeling funny, having a good time. Showed you a few of my takes, some of the fish house, virtually the whole fish house in approximately less than 3 minutes. So,
that
was dancing to
fast one.
Dancing to some music, but you aren't getting no in-depth talk about it. That's for sure.
I wish I could dance like that guy.
Oh, dude, I'm paid the price for 2 days after that night. It took me 2 days to walk again.
I missed your guys' picks though for the playoff game, so I know you guys talked about it already. But what were those again?
So I'm going on the AFC. I was going Buffalo, Bengals, Chargers, and I think Ed went all home teams.
All right. Yeah, that's who I got for AFC. Bengals, Bills, Chargers. But I tell you what, I think that Chargers and Jacksonville game is going to be a lot closer than I think a lot of people think. Jacksonville is going in the playoffs hot, and no one's talking about them. I think they're going to be really coming out looking to prove something.
Did you go? I can't remember, Ed. Did you go Jacksonville or did you go Chargers?
I went Chargers.
That's what I thought. So nobody's thinking Jacksonville's got a shot.
I will say that I think that, they're going to give the Chargers a good game. I just think the Chargers and the Jaguars are both coming in really hot, and I just think the Chargers have the better players.
I was just going to say, the Chargers, all their teams getting healthy right at the playoffs. So they got their 2 starting. What is that, Ed?
I'm making a little mini biotope, and my rock is finally dried.
That's cool.
Very cool.
But
Okay,
I
keep
think
talking.
this weekend. I mean, for a first, I think this is going to be some good competitive games throughout. I don't think there'll be any blowouts.
Some of them will.
Unless the fumbling, buzzling cousin shows up, then it could be, who knows?
I will say this, bold prediction perhaps, but the Dallas Cowboys go in and win in Tampa and win handedly.
Ooh.
Like I'm talking
I
2
think-
touchdowns or better.
Really?
I hope so. Well,
And that's not against. And look, here's the thing: Tom Brady. I mean, we all have our things on him. We don't need to go on that spiel again. But I mean, in the end, I mean, yes, you just can't count that dude out, whatever it is. But I also just feel like the dude is just—he looks like a shell of what he used to be, and that team has just never been able to put it together. They've just.
I hope we see that shell broken in half. Just pieces of it laying all over the ground.
I think that
maybe yes,
Tampa makes
I
it
need
a
to make
little
the
interesting,
trophies.
but in the end, I mean Dallas is known to get out the fast starts. Tampa Bay is known not to really start showing up until the fourth quarter, and I feel like, well, sweet hell, all that's going to do if you're down 28-3 or something by the fourth quarter.
See you later, Dr. Anthony. I didn't even see him come in. There's Vinay.
Dr. Anthony. That was a cool.
Sorry,
cool
but us three are talking football, man. We ain't watching chat much. I apologize.
And I guess to cap it off here for the AFC, or the NFC, geez. 49ers win and Vikings win.
Oh, I love it.
So
Vikings win close, though. The Giants give them a scare, but the Vikings survive. That's what I say.
So it
Those
sounds
guys
like
are
you
gonna
made
be
all the
bitter.
same picks as me.
Say what?
You made all the same picks as me.
Oh, well,
Yeah, you guys are
hopefully
completely
great minds
matched.
think alike, and hopefully we don't look like a
Yeah.
fool in a week.
Well, I think we just picked the obvious winners.
Right? There's always one that kind of mixes the pot here, and there's
I-
always one surprise here.
I'll
being
tell you the
mean to
surprise is
Portland.
going to be Seattle because I'm telling you, it's tough to win 3 games against the same team in your division, especially competitive teams.
Mhm.
And I do believe Seattle's still competitive.
And I will say this about the 49ers, though. The one thing that scares me, as much as I love what Brock Purdy's been doing, and because, I mean, being an Iowa State fan and him being an Iowa State quarterback, I have mixed feelings about the 49ers because of all the trauma they've caused my Packers in the past. But at the same time, Bruno, not my former cycle. At the same time, though, there's one thing about a rookie quarterback doing well in the regular season. There's another thing about the playoffs, though. That's a totally different atmosphere. And that's why I would say, yeah, of all the teams that I think are going to be upset potentially in terms of the first 2 seeds that might go down, my money would go on the 49ers just for that reason. I hope I'm wrong because I want to see Purdy do well, but something about a rookie quarterback. He's done well, but it's like playoffs
Yeah, I
are a little
agree.
different, though.
But the thing is Geno is like worse than a rookie. And bad quarterbacks that look good for a while normally end up really smelling bad at the end. And I think that's what we're going to see.
Brock Osweiler or something.
I mean, Geno has been around for over a decade, sucking everywhere.
And then suddenly in
And-
Seattle, he doesn't look that terrible.
Yeah.
I think that might be more Pete Carroll than him, but
Yeah, maybe Pete Carroll's just really good at making bad quarterbacks look good. And I'm really hoping that for Denver's sake. That'd be hilarious.
Brooklyn Bell coming in
Maybe.
saying she's listening while working in the fish room and loves everyone.
Berkeley, so cool. I drove her to the airport once.
met her
Or
at a
Angel.
hotel in Chicago. Nice girl.
Haven't met
Nope.
Brooklyn yet. Haven't met Kelly yet.
I met Kelly in Chicago too.
That's what's funny. You guys are hanging in my old stomping grounds. I haven't met any of them yet. Every time I hear there's something going on there, I'm like, I could be visiting family. I could be seeing Pep. Now I can see Austin.
Yeah. And like Scuba Steve said earlier, oh, they announced the dates. And I was like, where? But I couldn't type it right away. So I had to log all the way into YouTube. And then he said psych or something like that. Because I was like, oh my God, it'd be so nice if they just announce it. So
The
I could
other one
just
that lives
say it.
in Madison area too, or in the Wisconsin area, there's Fish on Paintings.
Oh, wow.
He's up that way too.
I think Pepla and Foxy are up in Wisconsin too.
They
aren't
are.
Thought so.
Yep. That's one of the stops I make while I'm there. I have to, when I'm en route between mom and dad's, I stop at Pep and see Pep and now Roxy. Then I
I
head
wonder
over
if
to
they always
Dad's.
have cinnamon rolls to eat.
What would make you think?
I just think that they're the type of people that would make cinnamon rolls for their guests.
Cinnamon rolls. I don't care what time of day.
All I
it is.
can tell you
That
is I
sounds
had a
good.
steak this thick and about that big, 2 big old baked potatoes. Peplin, if you go to Peplin the boy takes care of you. I
He's
ate
probably
good
like,
that
don't
night.
say that. That's just for you because you're the man.
Whatever.
If Austin will head up there on the weekend run and he'll just make him hot dogs
cut
or
this. I
something.
don't remember what fillet it was, but I mean, you could literally cut it with a butter knife, and he had it cooked perfect, medium rare, where it had the juicy juice. I mean, just a perfect medium rare, and you can cut it. It's just juicy. Man, I'm telling you, now I'm getting hungry thinking about that.
Oh man,
Peplin
I
does
just
steaks
realized.
medium rare. We can be friends. That's perfect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there.
just realized.
Bentley's coming. We should have had Bentley up here tonight. He's firing at you guys. Gino has the highest completion percentage in the NFL whole season. That's something.
Definitely.
Yeah, when you throw 10 passes and you complete 9 of them for a
Oh
season.
my God.
Are they all for 3 yards?
I mean,
Come
3
on.
years
Right.
ago in the NFC Championship, what? Jimmy Garoppolo only threw 8 passes, and he looked good, yeah, because Raheem Mostert ran for 200 yards. It's pretty easy to look good then, but I
Pete
mean,
Carroll
for
is
Bentley,
amazing
the
at getting.
point, yeah. Oh,
Wow.
he also, I'm trying to remember, Kenneth Walker, I think was the name at the running back at Seattle. That's also a big part of that offensive success. I mean, that dude has been a horse. I mean, he has been great.
We should have Bentley play fantasy football with us. I
There
think
you go.
both championships come from your neck of the woods this year because June from Only Oscars,
Yeah, she's in Cali.
she's going to get one. And then Ryan, he snuck one out. So we're going to hear
more
about that
importantly,
for
who
life.
won? Make sure you point
Ryan.
it out. Ryan, the Raiders fan.
Yeah. Well, you know, I guess when you don't have a team to really watch, you can put a lot more time into your fantasy team.
Did he sound like he had some resentfulness in that voice of his there? Oh my goodness. P&W says the canines are out.
But yes, I need to get
Snuck one
on a trophy.
He says snuck one in, laugh out loud. I dominated.
Yeah, you were much better than Geno Smith. And I bet he didn't use Geno Smith to win that championship either.
But I will
wonder-
say, if we had to choose the true champion of the two leagues, wasn't June like at 15-3 this year or something crazy? Or 15-2?
You know, I don't have my
I
telephone.
think Ryan's record
and-
was 10-7.
Yeah, so
10
he
and
kind of
6.
just fell into it. That's what happens when you have a playoff system. And then you have games that are canceled at the end of the year. That one, if that guy wouldn't have died on the field and come back to life, I wouldn't have won the factory one. But I was going up against 3 guys from Cincinnati, and he didn't score the points. I was only up by 5 points, and going into that game thinking I'm going to get destroyed.
I would be
at Palmer
upset if
and-
I were those guys.
And that super good wide receiver,
Jamar Chase.
the second year guy. Yeah, he had those two, and then he had somebody on the Buffaloes. But so I mean, he had a walk-in, but because they canceled the game, I got the win.
Oh my God.
That guy was the guy who pushed making sure we had playoffs, because I always liked having just best record overall. So it was his loss, not mine.
That's basically all I did in fantasy football this year was just lost a lot.
Yeah,
I think I was three wins in the one league, and I think I had 9 in the other.
I think I'm
5-1.
I think I was like second or third to last in our league. It was not a good year.
Not for me.
It was
either.
a hard year.
But I also had to pick. Whenever you're picking that 8th, 9th spot, you're already handicapped. I mean,
yeah.
The key
I did one at the end and one at the beginning, and the one I did at the beginning, I was third in the league, and the one that I drafted at the end, I was like second to last in the league.
When you're having those big leagues, 14-team leagues, I mean.
Well, we need Bentley to play with us so he can pick Geno.
There you go.
I don't think Bentley's a smart man. I take him as a smart man. I don't see him taking Geno as his starting quarterback in fantasy.
Next year, I don't know if
him.
I'll roll with Rodgers again or not, but.
Although Geno, if I remember it, I got him in one of my leagues, and when Brady was acting up and stuff, I put him in for a few weeks, and I don't think he scored me less than 20. I mean, he scored 20 plus every. Can't expect much more out of a. Although Brady's as soon as I put him back up first week out, 50 points. I mean, it's hard to go against Brady.
And he's the only guy that I know that plays fantasy football that wants quarterbacks older than him.
Yeah, I'm 27, so I mean, 30-year-old quarterback ain't no big deal.
But Geno, I mean, he hasn't played hardly at all over the last decade, so his body is probably still the body of a 25-year-old. A lot less scar tissue, not much wear on the tires.
Oh, we're not even talking about Larry, PMW. Larry lost to you in the playoffs. You're the champ.
What? He doesn't think he won it all?
No, he knows he won it all, but we were talking about who we thought was the best overall between the two leagues, and I would definitely say, I want to say June averaged almost 200 points a week. That's tough it's tough to beat. I mean,
nobody can mess with June. She destroyed people. Oscars are definitely the fish of the year.
She's got a bunch of different types too. She got the chili. She got all kinds of cool Oscars. The bright red ones. Oh, they're gorgeous. Chili Oscars, I think they're called.
I was about to ask if there's a special breed of tiger Oscar.
They're gorgeous.
I wish I could catch her a couple of the Florida Oscars. They've when I was down there in Florida, they were doing a talk about how the Oscars have developed to the environment in the wild that down there, and their fins are sharp and pointed instead of kind of rounded in the back, and they've got a bright red spot on them, and they're kind of green and yellow. They're really neat. And
was that
if I could ever catch
gators and stuff will want
to
jump on them or something? That's why they developing these extra spikes.
The what?
I wonder if they did it because of the gators and all the other top predators in the water down there. That
it's just in their finnage, though. It's not like a spike damaging one. It's just how the finnage is. The fins. It's just they're just neat. I don't know. They're pretty cool. I'd never even seen them until I went down there for that ALA show in Miami, and they were talking about it.
We caught wild Oscars in Hawaii. They're in a lake over there, but I'm pretty certain those were ones that I don't think they were wild. I think they were somebody's pets bred in the pond. And
well, that's how it's happened in Florida. Is people just dumped them out there, and now they're part of the game. They've put them on the game fish. because before they were invasive and you had to kill them. You couldn't put them back. But now they're a game fish, so they have a size and everything.
Really?
Yeah, so they taste good and people catch them to eat them. It's crazy.
I couldn't see why somebody would want to eat an Oscar, man.
They're big and fat. Probably as much good meat on an Oscar than there is on a largemouth bass.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe more.
Maybe I'll have
Yeah.
Oscar for breakfast, Ed. You got me convinced.
Yeah.
For some reason, I've just
Eat
never
that
been
one
able
that
to eat fish.
Eat Bonnie and Clyde.
How on earth are you in Wisconsin and or Iowa and not eat fish?
I don't know. It's just never agreed with me.
Well, there's corn and pork there.
Corn, pork, beef. I'm plenty happy with that.
Yeah, I would.
I'll take a ribeye any day of the week.
Oh yeah, me too.
The only thing I'd probably take over a ribeye would, I don't know. New York strips are okay, but I'd rather have a T-bone if anything. But that's me. I think that's everybody though.
Kenny, I'm not joking. One of the best steakhouses in the country is in Council Bluffs. It's in Council Bluffs. It's not in Nebraska or in Omaha, is it? It's in Council Bluffs. It's called Pizza King.
Yes, it's Council
The place is called Pizza King, and it is an amazing steakhouse. Every time we go there, we eat there.
But
They
it
have
makes
the
me wonder how
best
they-
prime ribs.
Oh,
Oh my
prime
God, the
rib.
prime rib.
Yeah.
Steak's
So
good
good.
too, but yeah, they also have killer prime rib. That's what my wife gets like 90% of the time when we go there. She gets the prime rib. She loves that stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, it ain't bad either.
She says she
The-
has
the place
chili, lemon, tiger, albino, red albino, bumblebee, platinum, wild, and the what is that?
Albino,
Orinco.
Oscar.
Orinco. I didn't even heard of that one.
Nor have I. I almost gotta Google that. Do I have my phone on me? I gotta Google that now. Orinco
Yeah,
Oscar.
do that for us. But gosh, I forgot what I was talking about. But you see, the place Pizza King, they made their restaurant like 60 years ago when pizza they thought was a gourmet food. It was before pizza became junk food. And so Pizza King was supposed to be a gourmet name. And it ended up being a funny name for a steakhouse. I've never even had their pizza.
Oh my gosh, that is it. That is beautiful.
Let me see.
Let's see it.
Oh
Let me
wow.
see my
Oh, is
wife.
it blue?
No, you don't have to. I can see it. No, it's just almost like the wild. Or is that blue?
It's a blue.
That is wild
Nice.
looking.
Now you see how their fins are round at the back?
Oops, sorry.
The Florida ones go out like other types of cichlids. Like they don't
How did I
curve.
get rid of that? There we go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
I'm not gonna lie, that looks gorgeous. I might have to get me one of those.
That is awesome. June, how much does that sucker cost? Like $5,000?
That's a great question. They didn't show me a price.
They probably figure
Well-
if you have to ask.
I hate to say this, but are we allowed to keep going because it's 11:38?
Oh, is it that late already?
Everything
Well,
goes fast when Austin's on board.
That's why us three gotta get something going for next year and really do a show.
Yeah.
I don't
We'll
know
figure
what
out
y'all talking about. It's 10:30 over here in Iowa.
Oh yeah.
Well, what time is it there, Kenny?
8:30.
Oh wow,
my
you're an
gosh.
early bird yet.
Yeah, but I do have guests over though. I suppose I should think about going and see what they're up to down there.
Hmm.
Well, guys,
Oh,
we appreciate y'all coming out. Make sure you check out my boys here, Chattanooga Ed and Fantastic Freaks. We'll be back next Friday. We'll be talking this week's games of who the winners and losers were. And then we'll be talking a little preview on next week's games, which is going to be awesome. And then, of course, we'll have some fish talk in between. Anyway, guys, as always, love your fish. Hope your all teams do good this weekend. Ed, what do you got for them?
Well, tomorrow I might go to Knoxville for my fish club meeting, but if I can't drive straight, I'm not going to.
Oh yeah,
Right
driving
now,
straight is
guys,
important.
I've got really bad vertigo, and it's
Oh.
worse when I stand. But I always want to. I'm kind of swaying this way all the time.
No, dude.
Mm.
And Austin, how do you follow that up?
Well, as you can see behind me, the 510-gallon plywood tank is finally on a stand. So obviously I'm going to be talking about that here soon. I need to talk about something because it's actually been a little over 2 weeks since I've last done a video. So kind of nice to go live too, so people know, like, hey, I'm breathing. I'm just,
What are your plans for that tank?
Say what?
What do you plan to do? What do you plan to put in that tank?
This is going to be the future home of the Maboo Puffer.
Oh my goodness. That's going to be.
And that little dude, which was about this, I mean, he was just a wee little baby, just barely over an inch, maybe not even quite an inch when I got him. He's like 6.5 inches now. He's actually, he's probably more like 7 now. He's in a 40-gallon breeder, and he's outgrowing that thing quick. He hasn't been quite growing an inch per month, but about an inch every month and a half-ish or so is about what he's been doing. So he's been growing fast. He's gonna love
awesome.
this tank though.
That's super.
Do you have a
Now,
certain
didn't have
dither you're
your
going to put
live
in there?
stream.
Do I have a certain what?
Dither fish you're going to put in there?
I've been debating between like maybe putting a tetra in there with them or maybe guppies or something. I want to do something like smaller, so once he's bigger and all that, it's a fish that's going to be so small that, I mean, I've had endlers in with him before, and he's left them all alone. But at the same time, I'm also thinking when he gets bigger, you know, sometimes temperaments change. So I also think, you know, want to put a fish in there that's small. So when he is over, you know, over a foot, 2 feet even, that, you know, it's a small enough fish that he's not going to consider him a food source because it'd just be a waste.
And if you feed him enough,
yeah,
he probably won't have the urge. I mean, Murphy, that fish eats like probably 15 meals a day because of all the tourists going in there and stuff. I mean, I've been in that store probably 10 times now, 15 times, and I've never seen him even attempt to go after all the fish that Corey's got in there with him. So, but he's also getting it every time a member stops in or somebody else. He gets 3 half-shell clams every time somebody else comes in. So he's probably getting that like 10 to 15 times a day. So I just don't think he has the urge to, you know.
You're right. It's got to be a very well-fed puffer. I know that much, which I guess it's not a bad deal to have.
Yeah, those things hit normal. His head, dude, is my 2 fists easy.
Yeah, it's crazy how huge they get. I mean, that's the next thing. Is like I get this little fish that's like about an inch, and I'm like, and yeah, you're like, that grows to 3 feet? Are you kidding me? It's like the same thing with the marijuana. You see him so small, and you're like,
so Ed, you had a question for him too. What was your question?
Oh, I tried to find him on his live stream this week, and he didn't go. Or were you live this week?
I was not. So the live stream, honestly, I need to put like a little announcement thing on that too. But the work schedule is kind of changing a little bit because, well, obviously a new sports editor means that sometimes things change and such. So I'm thinking I might even try to find a new stream date and such. Maybe on Saturdays and Sunday, or maybe I just do once every other week there. But I do want to stream again because I like this. I like talking with people or like even with chat and such. But no, the last 2 weeks, honestly, I haven't streamed just because of work-related stuff. And I know I've done kind of a crap job of communicating that though too. But
it's all good.
That and I've also been working with car insurance, which is fun.
Scuba Steve's asking you, Ed, did you ever do anything with that piece you got in Chicago? I actually helped him pick that out at Fantastic Freak. Or was he talking to you, Austin?
I think he's talking to Austin.
Oh, who was talking to me?
Scuba Steve said he helped you pick out a piece of wood in Chicago or something.
Oh, the big old piece of wood. Yeah, I would grab it, but it's like buried under some other stuff that I had to move in order for us to get this stand down here. But yeah, I got the one big piece of wood. One of the pieces of ghost wood though that I actually got from Chicago, I actually gave to my father because he set up a 75-gallon tank, and probably do a video on that or something when we go and get some fish for that. He and I have been trying to talk my mother into getting a tank down there. She wasn't so high on the idea, but my dad's kept fish before, so we finally talked her into it, and she said, at first I was pulling up like these 125s or just to see what kind of a rise I could get out of her. I got like a 200-gallon tank, and oh my gosh, I thought she was going to fall out of her chair.
So you need to get some closing tactics from him to close your mom and let your dad have the goldfish upstairs.
I mean, there you go. My dad wants to do angelfish is what he's thinking right now. I'm also saying that he's just trying to think of combinations he wants to put in with those angelfish.
Well, your brother or his brother should be able to help him too.
True. Especially with the live plants part.
Well, wasn't your brother or your uncle a big angelfish guy too?
Yeah, he hasn't bred angels for a little while, but I mean, he still probably knows way more about them than he or I combined. So, yeah, he especially now, his main forte is plants, but I'm sure he knows plenty about angelfish yet too.
Now, is he a Vikings fan though?
Mildly. I mean, mildly. He lives in the Twin Cities, so he's like, it's one of those situations where it's like, I guess I kind of got to root for him. Same thing with like the Golden Gophers with him. He's actually more of a Miami Dolphins fan, though. Don't ask me how that happened. I have no idea.
Dan Marino was a cool guy.
Yeah, that might have been it.
All right, well, let's wrap it up on you, Kenny. What do you got going on this weekend?
Y'all know we stream Saturday, 9 a.m. for our members, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll be on our Sunday night stream, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. As always, guys, we'll catch you later. Thanks for coming. See you next week.